Hi, I'm Richard Fairs, a director at Slalom in the UK, and I'd like to welcome you to Slalom Shorts, a series of short stories from Slalom showcasing how we've helped a range of public sector organisations, both here and in the US, use rapid insights to enable focused policy intervention and drive transparency for their communities. I hope you enjoy.
The first example I'm going to talk to you here is actually, a few of these are quite relevant at the moment, and we're thinking about the impact on the world at the moment in COVID. And this is really thinking about our data in different ways of sourcing that data and getting access to that data, maybe sources of data that we didn't know we had. And really, this is an idea that we are talking with a number of local authorities about, a number of actual private organisations about social distancing compliance and understanding, importantly, where there are challenges, maybe within the high street, maybe within transport hubs, workplace offices, wherever people congregate, where there are potentially risk of people actually breaching social distancing policy. And actually, you can use these examples for a much broader sense of use cases. But what you can see on the top right and the bottom right is basically CCTV camera. The first top one is actually Abbey Road. The bottom one obviously is a tube station there. And you can see, using video analytics, what we can do is we can actually we can identify people. We don't need to know who they are, but we can identify the people, and we can actually detect when they are getting within 2 meters. Now here it's very crude, it's just saying these two people on the top right are close than 2 meters. But what we could do is start using some algorithms to work out whether they're actually started together, whether it's a child with a parent, etc., etc. And what we're basically doing is plotting all of this data that we're capturing here. It's simple XY coordinates, looking at the schema. And then using tools such as Tableau, we can then visualize this. So this is really where the literacy comes in, and the showing of what's possible, because here on the heat map, you can see over a different time frame where we've got those clusters of data. Now, unsurprisingly, in this example, we've got the level crossing, for example, where people start to congregate. But you can see there, by taking what's quite would be seen as a complex thing, video analytics, we can just plot these hotspots in terms of a way that people can understand, and anyone can make decisions based on this and think about what interventions that they may need to make. So that's just kind of summarising that. That's a tool we built, and it takes any static CCTV, bit of technology, so that the transparency really is that ingestion of those data, those video files, and then visualising those results, just a set of X, Y, Z coordinates into Tableau. And just in a couple of days from that data, we can analyse this, we can provide potential mitigation paths around what you should do to actually prevent this. Then you could rerun this after the event to see actually if those interventions have been possible. The other really interesting thing when we've been talking to a couple of local authorities on this is also then how you extend this sort of capability to areas outside of just social distancing. So you could say, are people PPE compliant? Because you can detect objects. You can think about this for transport planning, even commercial support for your local businesses, because you could be looking at footfall analysis here in a very simple way. Health and safety analytics, looking for potential risks, or even specific object detection. So fly tipping is quite an interesting one. You could be using detection through this video using similar techniques of objects that shouldn't be there, or even if cycle lanes are being utilised, or particular threats. So really an example whereby that transparency is the ingestion of a nice cloud architecture where you can quickly analyse that data, and the literacy really is where we can really let anyone understand and interpret that data set in a visual and meaningful way.
I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to hear more on this story and learn more about Slalom, please get in touch using the details on the screen. And remember, keep watching this space for more Slalom Shorts. Thank you.